guys? Welcome to Wealth Arena. This channel, we're going to do a little bit different today. We're going to do a reaction video of somebody in tech that just quit their tech sales job. And I'm going to explain to you guys of ways, I'm going to give you guys tips on how to avoid these things and what not to do and what to do, right? But before we get started, guys, go ahead, hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit the bell icon, and like and share this with somebody, right? And also, what I want you guys to do is comment. If you guys see any videos that you want me to react to, send it to me. This is from a subscriber that wanted me to break this down. But let's get straight to the point, guys. Let me bring this up. The title of this video, it says "Why I Quit My Tech Sales Job," and we're gonna give, like I said, some feedback and reaction as we go on. So let's get to it. Yeah, now I sped this up a little bit. I didn't analyze this yet, but I'm gonna give you guys a breakdown.
Meaning to make this video for a while now, so bear with me. I took some notes. I'm gonna really explain in a story format as to why I quit this job, what I plan to pursue next, and just probably answer a lot of questions that I got during this journey, entering into tech sales, and hopefully I can clear the air for other people that may be interested in the path of tech sales but aren't too quite sure what it entails. I'm here to clear that up as well. So, excuse me, guys, my has been crazy. Anyway, bear with me, okay? I'm gonna try my best. So, for those that may know, or if you're new to this channel anyway, I got into tech sales mainly because I came across a video with Anthony O'Neill and Cyrus, and they were talking about IT, or just basically technology in the industry as a whole. Um, but Cyrus really expanded upon his journey entering into software engineering, and he mentioned quite a few courses, Careerist, Coursera.
By the way, guys, I'm gonna plug y'all in. If you guys have not watched Anthony O'Neill episode of me on there, I need you guys to go check it out. I'm gonna have the link up here right now. Go ahead, watch that video as soon as this one is over with, guys. But
Course Careers, and I just kind of went ahead and did my research. I was working security at the time. I did my research on Course Careers, and I decided why not give it a shot. $500. It wouldn't hurt to really take the course serious, get a job, and just see if it's something for me. And
guys, I know you heard that 500. Some of you like, oh my god, guys, listen. We live in a day and age, these low skilled jobs, it's not cutting it anymore. It's not paying the bills. The warehouse jobs, the Amazon jobs, the working at the gas station, working as a security guard, these jobs are not cutting anymore. So you're gonna have to pay to learn a skill so that way you're able to make a high income and you have a skill that not everybody has, and tech sales is one of them. And she talked about it, by the way, course careers, which the description is in this video. The same tech boot camp that I took, because I watched the Anthony O'Neill with Cyrus as well, and then that's what helped me get into tech after doing my own research. We always talk about, guys, here, doing your own research, right? But decided that was the route for me to go. But if you click the link in this description, in this video, and in the comments, you're able to get $50 off. Instead of being 500, it's going to be 450. But you get to try these courses out for free. The intro means free, guys, for the beginning. So you're going to learn, there's UX UI, there's tech sales, there's digital marketing, there's HR, there's a lot of, cybersecurity. It's intro, so you get a feel for it. And then if you after you did the free intro, you feel like you like it, then you go ahead and pay. And they also do payment plans as well, guys. I know 450 might be a lot for some of you guys, but you can find 450. You can find that somewhere. That Gucci bag that you have that you had no right being in, you could go sell it. Those Jordan shoes that you have about 3 pairs of the same fives, go sell 2 pair. And there you go. There's your money right there, guys. There's no excuses. You got to learn the skill, guys. These jobs, these gig work, they're not cutting anymore. But anyways, let's get to it.
being that I'm a licensed realtor, I'm like I could also expand on my sales experience, and it would just be easy for me to get a tech sales job, being that I have a lot of customer service experience and
So she's talking about right here transferable skills, guys. Doesn't matter what industry you come from, tech can be a transferable. You can take whatever industry you come from and explain how it's transferable, right? For example, let's say I'm a teacher, guys. It's very simple. Let's say I'm a teacher. Guess what you're doing as a teacher? You're coming across different students from all walk of life. You're coming across parents, some more than the others, but how you can talk about how that's transferable, that skill. Say, hey, I've been a teacher for 2 years. I learned how to interact with kids from all walks of life and with one goal, teaching them how to be better at math, whatever that skill might be. And reality, talk about how many people in your class that passed, or the metric. If you don't know the metric, make up a metric that you know in your head that you keep up to determine how well you're doing. And then that's an example of how you can show how that's transferable with tech. Because guess what, with tech, you have tech sales, you have different metrics that you need to hit in sales goal, which we might get into a little bit on in this video, guys. So remember, transferable skills, no matter what industry you're coming from.
a sales background. So it just made sense, right? So that led me to course careers and really diving deep into it and basically completing the course as a whole, getting a job from start to finish within 3 months, literally. So do I regret the decision? I don't, because it technically cost me $450, made it back plus more, and gained experience while doing so. So it wasn't a waste of my time, and I got to figure out what I don't want to do as a career path. So figuring all of that in one, I feel like it was a blessing in disguise. And I am also going to give you guys warnings and a tip. Like, don't go for the first job offer you get, okay?
Mm, there we go. She mentioned what the root of her problem was right here for this title of the video. Why I quit my tech sales job. Guys, you see my past videos. Go ahead, go look at the dates, go look back. I talk about this all the time. Negotiate your damn salary. The problem with you guys, get into tech, whether you saw some TikTok that talked about working 20 hours a week and from somebody who's not even in the field, right? And then you don't know how to negotiate because you didn't pay for coaching because you're like, man, the course is 500 and this and that. That's why I tell you guys, keep your job while you're getting in the course, while you're trying to get into tech, because that way you can pay for additional things to help you succeed, guys. You got to pay to play, but you got to learn to do the proper research, not stop buying crap from people just because they have X amount of followers and you think they're legit and they know everything that they're talking about. They give you generic stuff that you could have Googled or even went to my YouTube to figure out yourself. But anywho, that's what I need you guys to figure out. So the root, let's get back to it. So the root of her problem is I could tell, I see this all the time and I coach people to avoid this issue, right? She didn't negotiate her salary because she's like, hey, tech sales is new to me and I just want to get in. So she didn't negotiate her salary. The company, that because there's a base, right? Remember, guys, there's a base with tech sales. Base, guys, come on, common sense, guys, come on. Base means that's a guarantee. That's your salary. So every month, every week, that's what you're gonna get paid, whatever cycle that they pay. And then they have what's called OTE, which means on target earnings. That's the commission. Every company does a little bit different. So let's say you might have a base of 60,000, but they said, hey, your OTE is going to be 85, 90, 100, whatever. That means with commission, if you hit your target, guys, remember that's the goal. So once again, she started low, probably works for a bad company. They probably not training properly. She's definitely not meeting her quotas. I know that because she wouldn't have left the role if she was, or if she had more opportunities, right? So that's why it's crucial to negotiate. Somebody had left a comment like, "Oh, people who negotiate, the first one's let go." No, that's not true. If you're not performing, you're gonna get let go. That's the problem. A lot of you, like I said, y'all hear some BS off of TikTok and take it for what it is, and then think that's the law. When in reality, you're not getting advice from people who are in the field, are succeeding and excelling in the tech sales role or tech in general, guys. So let's continue with this video and hear what she has to say.
Be, I would say, be more headstrong about your requirements as to what you want for work. I wanted to enter the technology industry to work remote mainly, and They talk about the salary, the benefits, and I don't see it as a easy way out per se. But if I apply my brain and actually put the time and effort in, then I could land a career path that will lead me to multiple six figures, right? So I'm all about financial freedom and one point where I can live off of the assets. All that to say, this is what led me into tech and getting my real estate license as well. Anyways, when it comes down to tech sales, right? The course career, the course itself, it was very informational. They basically tell you everything what to expect before you get into actual SDR job, BDR job, or even account executive job, right? So I was aware of what to expect, right? But I'm in the mindset of
Guys, simple as that. You heard it first from her, not just me. The tech boot camp told her what to do, what to say, how to properly interview, how to well, she probably missed that part of negotiating clearly. But that's where sometimes coaching comes in to put it together because it's going to be a brand new to you guys. So remember, coaching, everybody's just trying to take your money, blah blah, whatever you guys might think, whatever. That's why there's people who succeed and people who don't, guys. So you heard it first from her that it was worth it at the end of the day. It's just that she missed, there were some gaps that she missed, and I want you guys to avoid that.
I'm going to put myself in an uncomfortable situation just to thrive and at least try to put pressure on myself to flourish, right?
But I respected that. She said she put herself in an uncomfortable situation to flourish. Some of you guys are uncomfortable right now with the money you're bringing in, what you can and can't do because it comes down to money, but you're not doing anything about it because your uncle Tom, who never been in tech before, told you that they're laying off people or they're doing that, and you guys are afraid to be uncomfortable. And that's where growth lies when you're uncomfortable, guys. So remember that. Remember, guys, these low skill jobs they're done with. You just can't be a cashier anymore for 30, 40 years and just retire and live well anymore. You see the numbers. I don't need to show you what inflation is or what the cost of living is. You see the numbers, and those jobs are not cutting it. So, what is your solution? Let's get to it.
Or at least see if this is the right path for me. And if I actually like it, then great. There's a lot of money I can make in this career path. If not, well, hey, let me pivot as soon as possible and figure something out. Anyways, when it came down to the job, right? They sugarcoat a lot of things. They make it sound very
So I'm also going to tell you guys this is another issue, especially with people who look like me in my community. We do too much. She talked about. I'm not saying that she couldn't succeed. We're doing both, but we're trying. You mentioned how she said she's getting in tech sales and then her real estate as well. She's doing two things that are almost similar in sales aspect, right? So where is your true focus? Because you guys hear this thing like, oh, we need 12 streams of income. The average billionaire, millionaire, 12, 7 streams of income. But the problem is you guys are not focused on one thing to enough to be able to get different streams of income because you're trying to do too much at once. I get this all the time. Some of you guys are so lost with what you want to do in tech. I get it. Some people want to do QA, they want to do this, they want to do that, but they can't focus on what they already pay for. That's to just get in tech sales. If I'm already paying for it, why not get in, right? And then let me maneuver to these other fields I want to get into. But some of y'all just want to do way too much. And that's a problem with people in our society. And this millennial and people my age group and younger, millennials and younger, because we have these things called our phone. We get so distracted. One day we're on tech sales. One day we're on real estate. One day we're on affiliate market. One day we're on this. It's like, yo, put your head down and focus on one thing first. Try to succeed at that, and then you go somewhere else. Oh man, all right, I'm done raining, man.
appealing. It's very easy. You can get things done. You can learn right away, start making money, start closing deals. So they get you very hyped up, right? Now, it may depend on whatever company you get hired for, right? But the company I got hired for, they do a really great job during training to get you hyped, get you elevated, right? So you can go and crush the role, right? then they throw you out into the trenches. Mind you, you have managers, you have your coworkers to lean on, but they also expect you to develop.
Okay, guys. Like I said, this is where it stems from. She didn't negotiate her job, right? And number one red flag: if a company's training is just all about excitement and motivation, they have a shitty product, or they have a bad staff and they don't know how to properly train people. Because the problem is, I understand where there's a gap. During her interview process, she never asked what percent of people are actually hitting their quota. And if they did tell her number, she never reached out to people who are currently working there to see, hey, are people actually hitting this quota percent? Like I said, what are the goals? Is people are those are things she didn't ask properly. So now it all started from the income, not negotiating, bad training, bad company. She's not hitting quota, so that's a disaster. Guess what? Who wouldn't quit? That's bad experience, and that bad experience could have been avoided if you learned how to ask the proper questions. I already understand where this video is coming from. So guys, if you didn't learn anything from that video, I talk about this all the time, guys. Negotiate that salary, and for the trolls that say the first person let go if you're not performing. Sales is a performance based job. Some of you guys can't perform at your customer service job, so it makes you think you're gonna perform in tech sales. I'm being real, right? If I'm not saying you can't come in and do that, but put your head down, learn something new, and focus for once, guys. So, like I said, the problems was she didn't negotiate, worked for a bad company. They didn't do training properly. It was just hype and motivation, which is a red flag. And three people are not hitting quotas. So in return, she wasn't either. So that's why she felt like, hold on, let's first of all, let's hear her say it for herself. So you guys don't take I promise you guys I did not watch this video at all prior to this, but I hear this. This is things I hear all the time, guys. So bear with me. Let's get to the point because she was taking a little minute to say like, "Yo, I wasn't hitting quotas." Because I feel like she was getting to it, right? Because she said they expect her to perform. So let's hear this out. We'll give it a couple more minutes before we cut it off.
At a good pace. So the job is very like demanding. It's sales quota driven, meaning you have a sales performance you have to meet, a quota. If you're not hitting this quota, you're gonna look bad in performing, right? What company wants to pay you a guaranteed salary if you're not performing and closing deals? That's sales. You're in the sales department. You have to generate the company money, right? That's the bottom line. There's no way around that. So if you're not developing at a fast pace, depending on the company, right? They may not work with you. You also have to put in effort, right? I would say the first 3 months, I was putting in a
Yes.
lot of effort. The first month I only closed one deal, if you guys have been following my journey. The second month closed the first month was one deal. Second month I believe was seven. And then the third month was I closed roughly 5 deals, right? Metrics. So when it comes down to it, I wasn't performing like how the company expects you to perform. And the stress was getting to me, guys.
Boom. That's it, guys. We're done. What did I say, guys? She did not hit quotas, and that's the reality of it. If you're not hitting quota, it was only a matter of time before they let her go. Clearly, because they didn't have a proper training program for her. Because that shouldn't have been the case. If it depend on what the product is, there's gonna be a learning curve. Most companies give you like a 90-day or plus more. It just depends. Like I said, depends on the company, depend on the product that they're selling. So don't be afraid by that, guys. There's leeway. They understand. They companies understand that. If it's a great company with a great program, and they understand those things, guys. But like I said, tech sales is not the only route. I know that's not for everybody because a lot of you guys are scared, shaking in your boots right now. So, but go ahead, click the link in the description. Check out the other tech roles that are out there. That there's non-selling like customer success, UX, UI, digital marketing, whatever it might be that interests you. Go ahead and click it, learn about it, take the intro. It's free. Decide to take one. It's going to be $450 with the discount code with the link. You're automatically going to get $50 off, and then go from there. Or if you still don't know where you're going to go, check out the coaching calls that I do offer for some of the individuals. And remember, guys, Nothing comes easy. I know you see TikToks about working 20 hours a week and yeah, everything's good, tech sales. That's possible, but off the bat, not everybody's gonna do that. Not everybody's gonna make six off the bat. Take everything with your experience, guys. Everybody's gonna have their own experience. So stop trying to generalize that. Not everybody's gonna make six figures their first year. Possible second year, yes. Second year on, very possible. First year, not everybody's gonna do that. Doesn't mean that you can't do it. A lot of you guys want six figures off the bat, but you're not even making it now. And by default, the base that you're getting is going to be way more than what you're getting at your job. But yet you want the six figure because everybody was throwing it around. But remember, there's a learning curve with that, guys. If you're not ready for it, it will show. And guys, I'm gonna leave you with this as well. Stop thinking just because you're in sales right now that you deserve to be an account executive. That's not how it works. Especially if you're coming from B to C. B to C and B to B are two different animals, guys. And don't be afraid to feel like, oh, you're too good to be SDR when that's the lifeblood of a business. You're the first in line. And some companies, some BDRs make more than some account executive. It depends on the company, guys. So don't sleep on that. That's a great basis to learn. And then you could propel and exceed in other roles like myself. Like I said, I was SDR for a little bit less than a year. And then I just became an account manager for my company now, guys. So it's all possible. Put your head down, focus, and figure out what is it you want to do. Remember, guys, these low paying jobs are not it anymore. It's not going to cut it. So figure out what's the solution. Tech is a solution if you apply yourself. But remember, guys, subscribe to the channel, like this video, write a comment if you don't, share your feedback. And also, if there's any other video you want me to react to, send it my way, guys. In the meantime, take care.